Here's a crazy statistic. Most dual-income families today are worse off financially than single-income households were in the 1970s. Sounds impossible, right? You're working twice as hard, bringing home 2 paychecks, yet somehow there's still too much month at the end of your money. I know because I lived it. My wife and I were making 6 figures combined, but we were drowning in debt, stressed about bills, and couldn't figure out why. Then I discovered what economists call the 2-income trap, and it changed everything. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the hidden force that's stealing your second paycheck. Let's rewind to the 1950s. The average American family could afford a home, a car, and regular vacations on just one salary. A factory worker's paycheck could support a stay-at-home spouse and 3 kids. No credit card debt, no second job, no constant financial stress. That was the American dream, and it actually worked. But something dramatic happened in the 1970s and 80s. Women entered the workforce in record numbers, not just for personal fulfillment, but because they had to. Wages started stagnating. The cost of living crept up. What used to be a choice became an economic necessity. 2 incomes became the new normal. Here's where things get interesting. As dual-income families became standard, the entire economy restructured itself. Housing prices adjusted to what 2-income families could pay. Schools moved toward assuming both parents worked. The baseline cost of middle-class life doubled. But here's the kicker. Real purchasing power didn't. $1 earned in 2023 buys less security than $1 earned in 1973. What looked like financial progress turned into an economic treadmill, running faster just to stay in place. So what happened to that second income? Let's follow the money. When both parents work, you're not just adding a second paycheck, you're opening the floodgates to a whole cascade of new expenses. Expenses that silently eat away at that extra income. First up, childcare. In most major cities, full-time daycare now costs more than college tuition. We're talking $20,000 to $30,000 per year per child. That second income, a huge chunk of it goes straight to paying someone else to watch your kids. And don't forget the hidden costs, like having to pay for backup care when your child is sick, or the late fees when you're stuck in traffic. Speaking of traffic, transportation becomes a whole new monster with 2 working parents. You're probably looking at a second car payment, double the insurance, twice the maintenance costs, and double the fuel expenses. Those little costs add up to thousands each year, not to mention the value of the time you spend commuting, time you could have spent with family or building a side hustle. Now here's something most people don't realize about that second paycheck. It gets taxed at a higher rate. Because of our progressive tax system, nearly every dollar of that second income falls into a higher tax bracket. Add in the extra Social Security and Medicare taxes, and you might be keeping less than 60 cents of every dollar earned. That's before we even factor in work-related expenses like professional clothing, lunches out, or convenience foods because you're too exhausted to cook. When you do the math, that second income might be bringing home a lot less than you think. In fact, for many families, the net gain after all these hidden costs can be surprisingly small. The most dangerous part of having 2 incomes? It's not just the extra expenses. It's how quickly your lifestyle expands to consume every dollar you make. I call this the lifestyle escalator. And once you step on, it's hard to step off. Let's talk about housing first. Remember those higher home prices we mentioned? They don't just affect your mortgage. They push you into neighborhoods with higher property taxes, pricier homeowners insurance, and more expensive maintenance costs. A bigger house means bigger utility bills, more furniture to fill it, and endless renovations to keep up with the area. Then there's the social pressure that comes with your new income bracket. Your colleagues are driving newer cars. Your neighbors' kids are in private schools. The expectations at work demand a certain wardrobe, and suddenly your old clothes don't seem professional enough. Your social circle shifts, and their idea of a casual weekend involves expensive brunches and premium gym memberships. Watch how the spending patterns snowball. That second income makes you feel more confident about taking on payments. The luxury SUV, the kitchen remodel, the annual beach vacation. Each purchase seems reasonable in isolation. After all, you're earning more, right? But these aren't one-time expenses. They're lifestyle commitments that lock you into a higher cost of living. And the kicker? They become your new normal. Going back feels like a step down even when that second income starts feeling more like a prison than a paycheck. Think having two incomes makes you more financially secure? The data tells a shocking, different story. Despite higher combined earnings, dual-income households today are 3 times more likely to face bankruptcy than single-income families were in the 1970s. What's even more alarming, 78% of dual-income households have less than 3 months of emergency savings. When every dollar is already committed, there's no buffer for life's inevitable curveballs. But the financial tightrope doesn't just strain your bank account. It strains your marriage. Financial stress becomes a constant third wheel in your relationship. Studies show dual-income couples are 33% more likely to argue about money than single-income households. The pressure of maintaining 2 careers while juggling household responsibilities creates a perfect storm of tension. Date nights become budget meetings. Weekend conversations revolve around scheduling and expenses. The toll on your health might be the most devastating cost of all. Maintaining 2 high-stress careers leads to chronic exhaustion. The numbers are staggering. Dual-income parents average 90 minutes less sleep per night than their single-income counterparts. Your immune system takes a hit. Stress-related health issues spike. And the cruel irony? Those mounting medical bills create even more financial pressure. It's a vicious cycle that feeds on itself, getting worse with each rotation. Breaking free from the 2-income trap isn't easy, but there's a way out. Let me share the exact strategy that's helped hundreds of families escape this cycle. It starts with what I call one-income banking. Here's the breakthrough moment. Live on one income, bank the other. Not just saving a portion, the entire second paycheck. Sound extreme? Maybe. But remember those families from the 1970s who thrived on one income? We're going to rebuild that model, but with a modern twist. Start by redirecting that second paycheck to a separate account, one you can't easily access. No debit card, no online shopping links. Make it intentionally inconvenient. The next step is strategic downsizing. But I'm not talking about moving to a tiny house in the woods. Look at your 3 biggest expenses: housing, transportation, and food. Could you move 15 minutes further from the city center to cut housing costs by 30%? Trade in that new SUV for something practical that's a few years old? Small adjustments, massive impact. Now for the game changer, building your freedom fund. This isn't just another emergency fund, it's your escape hatch. Start with 1 month of essential expenses, then build to 3, then 6. But here's the critical difference. Calculate this buffer based on your one-income lifestyle, not your current spending. When you're living on less, you need less to feel secure. Each step builds on the last, creating a foundation of real financial security, not the illusion of safety that comes with 2 maxed-out incomes. Let's take your financial freedom plan to the next level with some advanced strategies that most people overlook. The game-changing power of geographic arbitrage is hiding in plain sight. Imagine earning your current salary while living somewhere with half the cost of living. Remote work has opened up possibilities our parents never had. Take Sarah, who kept her Silicon Valley tech job but moved to Colorado. Her housing costs dropped 60%, yet her income stayed the same. That's not downsizing. That's strategic relocation. Time to transform those taxes from a burden into an opportunity. The IRS tax code is like a roadmap of incentives. You just need to know where to look. Maximize your HSA contributions. It's the only account that's triple tax advantaged. Structure your investments to capture qualified dividend income. Set up a solo 401k for that side hustle you've been considering. These aren't loopholes. They're legitimate strategies the wealthy have used for decades. But here's the masterstroke: leveraging your one-income lifestyle to build serious wealth. While others are stuck in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, you'll be positioning that second income for exponential growth. Start with index funds for your core portfolio. Layer in real estate investment trusts for passive income. Add value stocks paying consistent dividends. The key? You're investing from a position of strength because your daily expenses are covered by just one income. That's how wealth is built, not from earning more, but from strategically deploying what you already have. Meet James and Maria, a couple who transformed their financial future using these exact strategies. In just 18 months, they banked Maria's entire teaching salary while living comfortably on James's income. Today, they're investing over $45,000 annually and building generational wealth. Their secret? Taking action instead of just watching another video. Your roadmap to financial freedom starts now. Download my free one-income transition blueprint in the description below. It includes monthly spending trackers, tax optimization worksheets, and a step-by-step implementation guide. But don't stop there. Share this video with someone trapped in the two-income cycle. You might just change their life. Join our financial freedom community in the comments section. Share your journey. Connect with others who are breaking free from the two-income trap. Together, we're building something bigger than just personal wealth. We're creating a movement of financial independence. The life you want is waiting. Take the first step today.